Things are heating up in Baltimore, and the name at the center of all the drama is Mark Andrews. After weeks of swirling trade rumors, he finally broke his silence. And what he said caught everyone off guard. There's behind-the-scenes tension no one saw coming, a brutal playoff mistake that still stings, and a statement that could change everything about his future with the Ravens. Stick with me until the end, because what Andrews just revealed might spark the next big twist of the season. Mark Andrews spent the offseason listening to rumors that he could be traded, that the Ravens might be ready to move on, and that his future was hanging in the balance, with his contract entering its final year. The noise only grew louder, and his name started popping up in trade talk for late-round draft picks. In the middle of all that, Andrews made it a point to speak out and reinforce that his relationship with the franchise remains incredibly strong. According to him, his focus has always been on the team, not the headlines, not the noise from outside the locker room. His stance was clear. Don't fuel speculation, and don't get distracted by outside pressure. Andrews said he's excited to start his 8th season with the Ravens, called the franchise incredible, and expressed deep gratitude for the opportunity to keep wearing the team's jersey. It was a mature, direct message, the kind of leadership statement players make when the atmosphere around them starts getting clouded by doubt. Even with his contract winding down, Andrews made it clear he's not thinking about leaving. He's thinking about contributing. That public confidence reflects what the Ravens are showing behind closed doors. According to reports, the front office never seriously considered trading Andrews for a late-round pick, precisely because they understand his value, both on and off the field. And that value isn't just symbolic. Even with young talent emerging, he continues to put up elite numbers and serves as a cornerstone of Baltimore's offense. Keeping him around is more than just a contract decision. It's a strategic move by a team determined to stay competitive. And that strategy makes even more sense when you look at what Andrews did statistically in 2024. Mark Andrews isn't just a respected veteran. He's still a central piece of the Ravens' offense. In 2024, even with other names stepping up, Andrews led the team in receiving touchdowns with 11. He also ranked among the top in receptions with 55 and finished third in both targets and yards. These numbers show that, despite all the talk about his future, he continues to produce at a high level, remaining a constant threat to opposing defenses and one of the quarterback's most trusted weapons. But Andrews' importance goes beyond the stat sheet. His presence on the field forces defenses to adjust their schemes, opens space for teammates, and brings reliability in clutch moments. He's the kind of player who changes the game even when he doesn't touch the ball. That's why the Ravens never even entertained the idea of trading him for a day 3 pick. He's worth far more than that. For a team chasing a Super Bowl, giving up one of its most reliable offensive weapons would be a step in the wrong direction. Moreover, his consistency over the years has helped define Baltimore's offensive identity. Even in a run-heavy system, Andrews plays a crucial role in balancing the attack, acting as a safety valve under pressure and making big plays in the red zone. It's that quiet but constant impact that makes him indispensable to how the entire offense operates. But even great players aren't immune to mistakes, and Andrews' last playoff game showed that in the most painful way possible. In the bitter playoff loss to the Bills during the divisional round, Mark Andrews faced one of the toughest moments of his career. With the game on the line, he made 2 costly mistakes, a fumble during a crucial fourth-quarter drive, and a dropped 2-point conversion that could have tied the game. In a match decided by razor-thin margins, those errors were devastating, and the backlash was immediate, filled with criticism, second-guessing, and harsh takes on his performance. But Andrews didn't run from it. Instead of making excuses or trying to deflect, he owned up to what happened. He said the frustration from that night fueled his entire offseason, turning disappointment into motivation. He acknowledged that football could be unforgiving and unpredictable, but real pros grow through those moments. What matters most, he said, is learning from the pain, keeping your confidence, and pushing forward with purpose. That kind of response says a lot about Andrews' character and mindset. Plenty of players crumble or retreat after a game like that. But he chose to rebuild, surrounded himself with the right people, and locked in on what comes next. He looked in the mirror, accepted his mistakes, and used the experience as a lesson. That's the kind of self-awareness and resilience that separates true leaders. And it's exactly that mentality that has turned him into a locker room leader, someone the younger players look to for guidance and inspiration.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, but before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
It's no coincidence that Mark Andrews is treated as a big bro by his position mates. Since arriving in the NFL, he has built not only a respectable resume, but also a solid reputation as a leader. Tight end Isaiah Likely, for example, has made a point to highlight how important Andrews has been in his development, teaching everything from on-field techniques to how to take care of body and mind throughout the season. His influence goes beyond sports. He imparts life lessons and shows, through example, how to behave inside the league. This mentor role is increasingly valued within franchises, especially in rosters that mix veterans with rising young players. Andrews fills this role naturally. He not only shares knowledge, but also demands the best from those around him, creating a high standard of professionalism. This becomes even more relevant when the team is in a phase of renewal or long-term planning, as is the case with the Ravens. Moreover, this daily interaction strengthens the group's unity. Having someone with Andrews' experience and respect in the locker room means more than just having a good player. It means having a silent leader who inspires by example. It's this kind of presence that sustains teams through crises and can make the difference in decisive games. Andrews, therefore, plays a dual role, star on the field and role model off it. But even with all this technical and emotional importance, Andrews' future with the franchise remains uncertain. Mark Andrews enters 2025 as a key piece in the Ravens roster, but with a huge question mark hanging over his future. This is the last year of his current contract, and no extension has been announced so far. Meanwhile, the younger tight ends on the roster, Isaiah Likely and Charlie Kolar, already have contracts guaranteed beyond 2025. The question is inevitable. What do the Ravens plan to do with their most experienced player at the position? The situation places the franchise in a dilemma. On one hand, Andrews still delivers elite performance and plays a fundamental leadership role. On the other hand, age and market value may weigh on future decisions. Management will need to balance reason and emotion, evaluating whether it's worth keeping the veteran for more years or the best path is to trust the youth shaped by him over recent years. This scenario can generate tension behind the scenes and affect long-term planning. Meanwhile, Andrews' presence in 2025 continues to be seen as vital to the team's ambitions. The market itself reflects this. Sportsbooks list the Ravens among the Super Bowl favorites, and maintaining an experienced roster is an essential part of those expectations. Any move involving Andrews during the season could be interpreted as a signal of the team's plans for the coming years. So all eyes will be on every detail. The uncertainty surrounding his contract, combined with the expected performance on the field, promises to make 2025 a decisive season in Andrews' career. His response will come not in words, but in receptions, blocks, and plays in crucial moments. And the Ravens know, with him on the field, the chances of success remain much higher. Mark Andrews not only faced the rumors head-on, but made it clear he still has plenty of fuel to burn in Baltimore. Even after a costly playoff mistake that could have buried any player, he chose a harder path, owning up, training quietly, and preparing to prove everyone wrong next season. However, with his contract nearing its end and two young talents eyeing his spot, his future remains up in the air, and every game in 2025 could be decisive. Do you think the Ravens should keep Andrews at all costs, or is it time to make way for the new generation? Let me know in the comments what you would do if you were in the front office.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself. See you there, and until the next video, go Flock.